start at reading. Okay, paragraph page 688. Okay, headword is
88.
expert. Expert knowledge medical.
Knowledge. はい。OK, just a moment.
Okay.
88。
688.
80。
688.
OK.
Mm-hmm.
Expert knowledge medical.
Mm-hmm.
What's an expert? An expert is someone with a very high level of knowledge or skill in a particular area. Are doctors legal experts? No, doctors aren't legal experts. They are medical experts. Lawyers are legal experts. Switch on, switch off. What am I doing? You are switching the light on. What am I doing? You are switching the light off. Prepara, pre-
Preparatory it.
preparatory it. It is plus adjective plus infinitive with to. What do we mean by a preparatory it? By a preparatory it, we mean that we use the word it at the beginning of a sentence to prepare us for information that comes later in the sentence. Give me some examples, please. It is very difficult to understand what he says. Was it usual for him to come here every Sunday? It's rare to see that kind of bird in this part of the country.
Very good.
Is it easy to learn to speak English as well as an English person? No, it isn't easy to learn to speak English as well as an English person. Is it common in your country for people to eat a cooked breakfast in the morning? Yes, it's common in my country for people to eat a cooked breakfast in the morning.
Very good.
Determined, determination,
Mm-hmm.
extremely, luck, intelligence. Have you determined what you are going to do for your next holidays? Yes, I've determined what you are going
What
to
I'm
do. Ah,
what I'm
what
going to
I'm
do.
going to do for my next holidays.
Mm-hmm.
What have you determined to do? What have
I have
I'm going
determined to
to I have determined to
go to
go to shopping.
go shopping.
Go shopping. はい、
Very
go
good.
shopping. Next, when you start to do something like learning a language, are you usually determined to continue to the end even though what you have started is extremely
Extremely.
difficult?
Mm-hmm.
Difficult. Oh, yes, when I start to do something like learning a language, I'm
Usually
usually determined to continue to the end, even though what I have started is extremely difficult.
Hmm.
Who the most determined person you know or have ever met? The most determined person I know is my boss.
Very good.
For success in life generally, which do you think is more important than anything else? The determination to succeed, luck, hard work, or intelligence? For success in life generally, I think mm, hard work
Is more.
is more important than anything else. Steal, stole, stolen, owner. What are the three forms of
Still.
steal,
Hmm.
steal. The three forms of steal are steal, stole, stolen.
Hmm.
If someone steals your umbrella, does that mean you have the right to steal else's? No. If someone steals my umbrella, that doesn't mean
I have the
right
right.
I have the right to steal someone else's
Else's. Very good.
else's. If someone stole something from a shop and was caught, caught,
Doing so.
caught doing so, what would probably happen? If some if someone stole something from a shop and was caught doing so, the owner of the shop would probably call the police.
Mm,
Have you ever had anything stolen from you while on holiday? Have you? No, I've never had anything stolen
me.
my
From me.
from me
While on.
while on holiday.
Very good.
Active activity. Would you say you would you say you are a rather active kind of person? No, I wouldn't say I was a rather active kind of person. What kind of activities interest you most of all? The kind of activities interested me
That interests
most
me
that that interest me
most of all.
most of all are going out with friends,
Hmm.
reading, cycling, etc.
Etc.
Organize. Supposing a group of foreign students came to stay with you for the
For
weekend,
the weekend.
for the weekend, what would you organize for them? Supposing a group of foreign students came to stay with
Me.
me for the weekend, I'd organized welcome party for them.
Very good.
Are you good at organizing things? Yes, I'm good at organizing things.
Very good. Okay, so that's the end of reading. Let's
Okay.
move on to revision. Okay, so let's start revision. Here we go. Do you think it's possible for foreigners to learn English so well that people would think they were English? Do you think it's possible for foreigners to learn English so well that people would think they were English? Yes, I think
Yes, I
it's
think
possible
it's possible
for foreigners
for
to
foreigners
learn English
to
so
learn
well,
English
so well
so well
that people would
that
think
people would think
they were English.
they were English.
Very good. What do you do in the evening when it's so cold that it'd be unpleasant to go out? What do you do in the evening when it's so cold that it'd be unpleasant to go out? In the evening,
In the evening,
when it's so cold
when it's so cold
that it'd be
that it'll be
unpleasant to go out,
un- unpleasant to go out,
I
I
very good
I watch animes
at home.
at home.
Very good. Are you the kind of person who puts home comforts before everything else? Are you the kind of person who puts home comforts before everything else? Yes or no?
Yes,
I'm the kind of person
I'm the kind of
who
person
puts home comforts
who put home comfort
before everything else.
before everything else.
Why? Why? Because I
Because
can't live
I can't live
without my comforts.
without my comfort.
Very good. What do you do when you want to relax at the end of a tiring day? What do you do when you want to relax at the end of a tiring day? When I want to
When
relax.
when I want to relax
At the end
at the end
of a tiring day,
of a tiring day,
I
I
what? Drink
I
beer.
yeah, I drink beer.
Very good. What do we call the two children who are born at the same time from the same mother? What do we call two children who are born at the same time from the same mother? We call
We
two
call
children
two
who
children
are born
who are born
at the same time
at the same time
from the same mother,
from the same mother,
twins. Right?
twins.
Why do you think some parents of identical twins dress the children identical clothing? Why do you think some parents of identical twins dress the children in identical clothing? I think some parents
I think some parents
of identical twins
of identical twins
dress the children
dress the chil-
children
children
in
dress the children
identical
in identical
clothing because
clothing because
it looks nice.
it looks nice.
Very good. If you could be in the audience at any concert, who would you like to see? If you can be in the audience at any concert, who would you like to see? If I could be
If I could be
in the audience
in the
at
audience
any concert,
at any concert,
I'd like to see
I'd like to see
X Japan.
X Japan.
Very good rock and roll. Okay, next. What's the difference between a permanent job and a temporary job? What's the difference between a permanent job and a temporary job? The difference between
The difference
a
between
permanent job
a
and
permanent job and
a temporary job
and a temporary job
is that a permanent job
is that a permanent
can
job
last for years,
can last for years,
whereas a
whereas
temporary job
a temporary job
only lasts
only lasts
for a short
for a short
or limited period.
or limited period.
Very good. What's the most common way to move liquid or gas from one place to another? What's the most common way to move liquid or gas from one place to another? The most common way
The most common way
to move liquid
to to move liquid
or gas
or gas
from one place to another
from one place to another
is through a pipe.
is through a pipe.
Very good. Can you see any pipes in your room? Can you see any pipes in your room? Yes or no?
Yes,
I can see
I can see
some pipes in my
some
room.
pipes in my room.
We can name a famous fictional detective who's often shown smoking a pipe. Name a famous fictional detective who's often shown smoking a pipe. A famous
A famous
fictional character or detective. One more. A famous
fictional a famous
fictional detective
fictional detective
who's often shown
who's often shown
smoking a pipe
smoking a pipe
is Sherlock Holmes.
is Sherlock Holmes.
Very good. What's the use of a chimney? What's the use of a chimney? The use
The
of a
use
chimney
of a chimney
is to carry the smoke
is to carry the smoke
from a fire
from a fire
out of a building
out of the building
and into the air.
and into the air.
Right? Can you think of an occasion when you've cried with laughter? Can you think of an occasion when you've cried with laughter? Yes or no? I
Yes,
can think of
I can think
an
of
occasion
an occasion
when I've cried
when I've cried
with laughter.
with laughter.
Very good. What's the difference between the present perfect and the past simple? What's the difference between the present perfect and the past simple? The difference between
The difference
the
between
present perfect
the present
and
perfect
the past simple
and the past simple
is that we use
is that we
the
use
present perfect
the present perfect
when we are thinking
when we are thinking
about time before
about time before
and up to now,
and up to now,
whereas we use
whereas we
the past
use
simple
the past simple
when we are thinking
when we are thinking
about a specific
about a specific
pastime.
past time.
Give me an example of each. Give me an example of each, please. I have been here
I have been here
for 20 minutes.
for 20 minutes.
I arrived here
I arrived here
20 minutes ago.
20 minutes ago.
Very good. Why do we say I ate eggs for breakfast today and not I have eaten eggs for breakfast today? Why do we say I ate eggs for breakfast today and not I have eaten eggs for breakfast today? We say
We say,
I ate eggs
I ate
for
eggs
breakfast today
for breakfast
and
today,
not I have
and not I have
eaten eggs
eaten
for
eggs
breakfast today
for breakfast today
because we are thinking
because we are thinking
about what happened
about what happened
at a specific pastime,
at a specific past time,
breakfast time.
breakfast time.
Very good. Which of these two sentences is correct? John woke up fairly late today, or John has woken up fairly late today? Which of these two sentences is correct? John woke up fairly late today, or John has woken up fairly late today? Of those two sentences,
Of those two sentences,
John woke up
John woke up
fairly late today
fairly late today
is correct.
is correct
Why? Why? Because we are
because
thinking about
we are thinking
what
about
happened,
what happened,
as a specific
a specific
pastime,
past time,
the time when John
a time when John
woke up.
woke up.
Very good. Did you have a big breakfast today? Did you have a big breakfast today? Yes or no?
No,
I didn't have
I didn't have
a big breakfast today.
a big breakfast today.
What time did you come here today? What time did you come here today? I came here at
I came here at
9
9
a.m. today.
a.m. today.
Very good. Do you have any friends that you're certain would never let you down? Do you have any friends that you're certain would never let you down? Yes or no? I
Yes,
have some friends
I have some plans
that I'm certain
that I'm certain
would never let me
would
down.
never let me down.
Make another sentence with the idiom let someone down. Make another sentence with the idiom let someone down, please. The new government, the
Uh, uh,
new government
the new government
has let everyone down
has let everyone down
by not keeping
by not keeping
their election promises.
their election promises.
Very good. Are you likely to be here next week? Are you likely to be here next week? Yes or no?
Yes,
I'm likely
I'm likely
to be here next
to
week.
be here next week.
Right? Is a car likely to be stolen if it's kept inside a locked garage? Is a car likely to be stolen if it's kept inside a locked garage? No,
No,
a car isn't
a car isn't
likely to be stolen
likely to be stolen
if it's kept
if it's kept
inside a locked garage.
in, inside a locked
Garage.
garage.
It's unlikely
It's unlikely
to be stolen.
to be stolen.
Reggie, do you think it's very unlikely that you go through the entire winter next year without catching a single cold? Do you think it's very unlikely that you'll go throughout the entire winter next year without catching a single cold? Yes or no?
Yes,
I think
I
it's
think
very unlikely
it's very unlikely
that I'll go through
that I'd go through
the entire winter. Okay.
the entire winter
Next year
next year
without catching
without
a
catching
single cold.
single cold.
Very good. Make a sentence with the word meanwhile. Make a sentence with the word meanwhile, please. Chris was
Chris
doing his homework.
was doing his
His
homework,
and meanwhile,
and meanwhile,
his cousins
his cousins
were playing in the swimming pool.
were playing in the swimming pool.
Very good. Are visitors expected to remove their shoes before entering somebody's home in your country? Are visitors expected to remove their shoes before entering somebody's home in your country? Yes or no?
Oh, oh,
And
oh,
do you remove your shoes before entering
ah,
somebody's house?
yes,
Yes, visitors are expected
vis- yes, yes, visitors are
to
expected
remove their shoes
to remove the shoes
before entering
before entering
somebody's home
somebody's home
in my country.
in my country.
Very good. Give me some examples of adverbs of frequency. Give me some examples of adverbs of frequency, please. Some examples
Some example
of adverbs
of
of
adverbs
frequency are
are frequency are
never,
never,
rarely,
rarely,
occasionally,
occasionally,
sometimes,
sometimes,
often,
often,
usually, and
usually,
always.
and always.
Right? What's the normal position for these adverbs? What's the normal position for these adverbs? The normal position
The normal position
for these adverbs
for this adverb
is after
is after
the first auxiliary verb,
the first auxiliary verb,
directly before
directly
the
before
verb
the verb
if there is no
is there is no
auxiliary verb,
auxiliary verb,
or after the word
or after the word
not
not
if the verb
if the verb
is negative.
is negative.
Give me some examples. Give me some examples, please. We had never seen
We had never
that
seen
film
that film
before it was shown
before it was shown
on television.
on television.
My uncle
My uncle
hasn't always had
hasn't always
a
have
mustache.
a mustache.
I rarely read
I rarely read
science fiction novels.
science fiction novel.
Very good. Put the word usually in this sentence. He can answer his questions. Put the word usually in this sentence, please. She can answer his question. She can usually
She can usually
answer her question.
answer her question.
Very good. Put the word occasionally in this sentence. We spend our summer holiday with friends. Put the word usually in this sentence, please. We spend our summer holiday with friends. We usually spend
We usually spend
our summer holidays
our summer
with
holidays
friends.
with friends.
Very good. Put the word okay, but we stop there for today.